Kurakami Medaka's forte number 4, War God Mode!
You haven't taken that much damage. But I recommend you pretend that you can no longer stand. At this point, I may still be able to forgive you.
You must be joking. That didn't even tickle. No damage, fool. Is this for real, though? This uniform's material absorbs shock as well as rubber. This girl is a monster.
I see. So you would still choose the path of conflict. I feel the same way. Then allow me to give you a warning before I completely lose control. I have mastered many different martial arts. But you should know that I still shall not use any of them against you. Because each martial art is a respectable product of human technique. Techniques that should never be used in anger. Therefore, I shall surrender to anger and use raw violence like an animal rather than a human. And I will beat you to death!
新しい未来はこの手の中に夢の花を咲かせよう 声が響いてく巡る季節を駆け抜ける友情 誰かを羨む暇なんてないよ前を向いてみて君らしさでいいここまでの線決めるのは自分だけ描いた扉開けて見れば無限の青空君がいる世界が輝き始める ない想像は超えてゆこういつだって私は信じているよ大切な想い今日も胸に抱いて光の風走り出そう
Phew. What on earth are you talking about? You think you can scare me with your empty threats? You're about to be beaten in your own fight. But it was a mistake to let her draw me outside. My weapons work best indoors. Outside, they aren't as effective or efficient. I suppose I could apologize for now, and return after I've made sufficient preparations. But that's out of the question, because the disciplinary committee's reputation is resting on me. The disciplinary committee is justice. That gives me every right to discipline you. Very well. If you plan to fight like an animal, I will fight like a human. Like the humans you love so very much. And like the humans I hate. And I'd like to return the favor. Your very helpful warning should receive a helpful warning of my own. Kurakami Medaka, it doesn't matter if you're right or not. Justice will always triumph! This is the first step. Kurakami Medaka's cannonball punch hits as hard as a dump truck. But I'll take it!
It doesn't matter if you're a villain or even a demon. As long as you're also human, you'll be accepted by Kurakami Medaka. There was but one exception to this rule. The man's name was Kumagawa, and he was neither demon nor villain. He was as pure as a clear river. However, he possessed every negative human quality. he could never win against anyone. A born loser. That was why he was stronger than anyone else. Hurting other people with every breath and wreaking havoc for breakfast. Like a demon, he orchestrated a serious attempt to eradicate the entire human race, including himself. A life of absolute failure, culminating in ridiculous destruction. While Kumagawa attacked everything around him to incredible effect, Medaka-chan continued to reach out to him. In the end, Medaka-chan used force to remove Kumagawa from our school. She's ashamed that she failed to reform Kumagawa, and many people were frightened by her violent display. But honestly, I was glad to see that Medaka-chan could feel anger like the rest of us. Kurakami Medaka She can be as benevolent as a god for the sake of strangers. But she can be as cruel as a devil for the sake of her friends. Medaka-chan!
I apologize for involving you in my ideals. Return your armbands later. I'll do the rest myself.
Medaka! Crap. I shouldn't be wasting time explaining her fortes. At this rate, Medaka-chan's going to take off to some distant place.
So your plan is to draw me inside the main school building? A cunning scheme from such a less-than-clever boy. Is that the best you can do, Unzen the second year?
Show some respect. I've survived Sandbox Academy's Class 13 for over a year. Nothing scares me. I have far more experience than a girl who's only been around a few months. I've had plenty of classmates who were experts on your level. You deserve what you're about to get. Think you can dodge this? Go ahead and try!
A barrage of attacks from every direction? It would be difficult to dodge them all. But the pain is bearable if I'm prepared. I can take your attacks the way you took my punch. My ideals against your justice. This is the end, Unzen the second year!
Yeah, you bet your big boobs it is. You lose. Kurakami Medaka! Surprised that you suddenly can't move? Never thought I'd see that expression on your face. Oh, I wasn't using super balls or explosive balls. This is my last trump card. The string ball. Granted, it's a last resort that can only be used once. Naturally, I didn't use ordinary string. It's called Ariadne. This string is made from the same material as the special uniform, Snow White. A single thread of this cutting-edge technology can support 5 tons. And while each is so thin that you can barely see it, your body is entangled in hundreds of threads. This is my special fouling net. See it? Hear it? Feel it? This is the power of human ingenuity, you animal! But now I'm completely out of tricks. After taking 3 hits Snow White is about to give. I barely squeaked out a victory.
You used invisible string to bind my body and restrict my movements. I would expect no less from you, disciplinary committee chairman.
Yep, you're absolutely right. This is my style. This is my justice. I restrain with rules before penalizing. Even a wild, reckless filly like you, when she's all tied up, can be quite pretty. You know, up this close, your boobs are gigantic. I'll repeat this once for you again. It doesn't matter if you're right or not. Justice will always triumph!
Will it really? Then I shall also repeat myself. A cunning scheme, is that the best you can do?
You little...
Human ingenuity and technology. are capable of far more.
What are you doing? String that thin and strong is as sharp as a knife. Are you trying to tear yourself apart?
You can never use string to tie me down. You can never use a net to hold me down. I have already been torn apart. Unfemiore, you have torn apart my heart.
She's supposed to be an idealist? A pacifist? She's completely resorting to brute force. She's no animal. This girl is a monster through and through. I guess a monster can never conceal its true colors. She's not afraid to let them show! What is this? What's going on?
Your string may be incredibly strong, but the same cannot be said of the building to which the string is attached. You weren't able to completely restrict my movement.
Huh? That's absurd and impossible because you're carrying the entire building with you!
I am the student council president. I'm supposed to be able to move this school either by my ideals or by brute force alone.
I was wrong, Kurakami Medaka. I got you all wrong. You definitely aren't a saint. You're just a damn monster.
What's that? What's going on?
This should be obvious. Medaka-chan is angry. That is Kurakami Medaka. Take away her personality, and you're left with raw power. She's like a swirling destructive force. A tempest that leaves nothing but rubble in her wake. Kakaijima. Akane-senpai. If you want to back out, this is probably your last chance. If you stay with Medaka-chan, things like this will continue to happen. If you don't want any more of this trouble, then like she said, it's time to quit student council.
My defense is broken down, and my attacks don't work. My last resort had no effect. It's pathetic, but I have no super balls or any balls left. However, Kurakami, having said that, I still haven't lost. Do you know why? Because you couldn't change my mind. You weren't able to reform me. That counts as defeat in your mind, not in mine. You were certainly stronger than I, apparently. But that's all. It meant nothing more. It didn't make you right or better. Don't think it does. You had beaten me in every respect, but I didn't break. That's right, I'm still here. I'll be the exact same person tomorrow as I am today. I hate humans!
I see. I love humans. There is no need to reform you, since you won't live to see tomorrow.
You love humans, huh? That's pretty ironic, considering you're barely human yourself. Honestly, it looks to me like you feel rather restricted. It's like you're surviving by imitating humans. When you say that you love humans, when you say that you were born to help others, it's almost like you're pleading with humans not to shun you. You're no saint. You're a lonely soul with too much power. However, that will never work. You won't be able to survive that way.
Did you say something?
No. I'm just a 10-year-old kid. But I've had more life experience than you, human lover. But I know your true colors. So I can tell that you'll give up on humanity soon enough. I'm worried that you're too sensitive to bear the pain. They'll break your heart, you know.
I don't need your concern. I will never give up on humans.
Oh, really? Then excuse me. I'm sure you don't need my concern. But Kurakami, I make it a habit to look after underclassmen. So I'm going to reform you. Okay then. Finish me off. Go ahead and just eliminate me to protect your precious humans.
I will!
Go ahead. But eventually, you'll remember. I, the person you squashed, was also human. I'm still a human being. When you're disposing of humans to protect humans, you're no better than I am. Crush me! Become me! Then once you've given in to despair, you will be ready to carry on my overboard justice! It's not justice if you don't go overboard!
Stop! Medaka-chan! You've already gone overboard.
Let me go, everyone. Do you want to be a part of this?
Yes, we do. We want you to let us be part of this.
Don't let it end.
You can say what you want, we won't quit. Not the student council or you.
Medaka-chan, we'll never leave you alone again. We'll be with you forever.
Unzen the second year. Would you like to join the student council?
What?
I've always wanted a vice president who would be willing to oppose me and not back down. Shiranui refused my offer to enlist. But on second thought, you would make a perfect candidate given the fight you put up.
You switched modes. No, she changed back. This is the normal Medaka-chan.
Don't be so stupid! I'm the disciplinary committee chairman. Don't assume you can befriend everyone, you fool! You dumbass!
Really? That's unfortunate. I'm disappointed. I believe I can always become friends with everyone. Looks like I went overboard this time. I'm terribly sorry, Unzen the second year. It was my fault. You helped me recognize my shortcomings. I hope that you'll continue to offer your assistance to raise the bar.
Wait! Medaka-san, where are you going?
The hospital, of course. I have a few broken bones.
What?
And a few organs are pretty battered.
What?
After losing complete control, she managed to snap out of it in an instant, as if nothing happened. It is impossible to pull yourself together from that kind of mental breakdown. Which means that someone else brought her out of it. That would have to be...
If I was going to be totally honest with you, Unzen-senpai, I'd have to say that I don't think what you said was all wrong. I'm no model citizen, believe me. I'm neither saint nor demon. I think that you're almost too right, like Medaka-chan is. So to me, it just comes down to personal preference. And I like Medaka-chan more than I like you.
Chairman Unzen, are you okay?
I told you to go home, fools!
Under the circumstances, how could we? And what happened here? Where's Kurokami-san? What happened to the student council members?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Huh?
I've decided to exclude the student council from our supervision. They're just a gathering of real good buddies. I'm going to forgive their uniform modifications. But you need to shape up and get wise. I won't be in any shape to fight for a while. Once it hears the disciplinary committee chair is out of action, the school will erupt. Understand that Sandbox Academy's peace rests on your shoulders.
Yes, sir!
Good. I like that response. But seriously, I'm worried about Kurokami Medaka. I'm guessing she had no idea what removing me would mean.
Unzen-kun will be out of action for a while. That won't do. We cannot lose any one of the 13 party's members at this delicate juncture. At this rate, my plan is going to fall apart before it even begins. What course of action do you recommend, Sori-chan?
Nothing at all. You don't need to worry, Grandpa. Everything's going just fine. Or rather, should I address you as Sandbox Academy Director Commander Shiranui Hakama? When in trouble, remember you should immediately turn to the suggestion box. Watashi wa watashi, 急には変えられない。思い込んで突っ走っちゃって。生まれつきなの仕方がないでしょ。誰も止められない。何も恐れず挑戦できるのは、いつだって強気なレイディ。君がいつでも味方でいるから。素直にありがとう。思い上がるそんなとこも好きなんでしょ。呆れながらでもわがまま聞いていてね。お花畑に連れて行って見渡す限り咲いた花を君と見ていたいから本当の私知ってるのは君だけだから見失わないでそばにいて。
The calm after the storm, or an illusion in the eye of the storm. A brief lull in the chaos during which we collect and plant seeds. Hideyoshi, why don't you check the suggestion box?